After the hearing, Mr. Weasley and Harry return to number 12, where the Order has prepared a celebratory feast. Sirius is courteous, but he does not seem terribly happy that Harry will be returning to Hogwarts. Hermione suspects that Sirius secretly wanted Harry to live with him at number 12. A day before the young wizards are scheduled to return to school, book lists arrive from Hogwarts. Ron and Hermione have both been selected as Gryffindor prefects for the coming year. The entire house is shocked that Harry did not receive the same honor. Mrs. Weasley is delighted with Ron's achievement and buys him a new broom. Later, Harry becomes increasingly enraged that Dumbledore overlooked him for the prefect position, mentally recounting the many times he has proven himself a better wizard than Ron. Later, Moody pulls out a photograph of the old Order and shows Harry the former members, explaining the cause of death for each one who had died. Harry sees Neville's parents and eventually his own. Harry gets upset at the sight of his mother and father. He retreats upstairs, irritated with Moody for showing him the photograph. Harry has a troubling night's sleep, dreaming of Mrs. Weasley crying and Ron and Hermione wearing crowns. He wakes up to Ron telling him they are going to be late for the train to Hogwarts. A guard must accompany Harry. When no one can locate Sturgis Podmore to have him assume his position in the guard, Sirius fills in, transforming himself into a black dog named Padfoot, in direct defiance of Dumbledore's orders to stay inside. Before boarding the train, Harry, Ron, Hermione, the twins and Ginny are warned by the Order not to send any letters that mention the Order. Ron and Hermione sit in the prefect cabin, and Ginny and Harry run into Neville. The three of them unhappily share a compartment with Luna Looney Lovegood, who is reading the wizard tabloid The Quibbler, which her father edits. Eventually, Ron and Hermione join them. Ron tells Harry that Draco Malfoy is now a Slytherin prefect. Malfoy opens their compartment door and threatens Harry, deliberately mentioning dogs, but only Harry and Hermione notice the reference to Sirius. The train arrives at Hogwarts, and the students shuffle out. Harry expects to see Hagrid directing the first years, but instead sees Professor Grubbly Plank. As Harry approaches the usually horseless carriages that bring the students up the castle, he realizes that they are being pulled by emaciated, winged, horse-like creatures. Harry asks Ron about the horse creatures, but Ron doesn't see them. Luna tells Harry that she can see them, too, and has been able to sense her first year at Hogwarts. As the first years arrive, the Sorting Hat, which is responsible for sorting all first years into one of four houses, bursts into song, warning the students against becoming too internally divisive. Nearly Headless Nick, resident ghost, explains that the hat gives warnings only when it feels Hogwarts is in danger. After supper, Dumbledore announces that Professor Grubbly Plank will be teaching Hagrid's class, Care of Magical Creatures, and that Professor Umbridge, the toad-like woman from Harry's trial, is the new Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Professor Umbridge interrupts Dumbledore to deliver a long, barring speech of introduction, and Harry confirms his dislike for her. Very few students actually listen to the speech, but Hermione infers that the Ministry would be interfering in Hogwarts business this year. As Harry walks back to the dorms, he notices students pointing, staring, and whispering in his wake. Taking a turn beneath the Sorting Hat is an essential part of the student experience at Hogwarts. The hat not only places a student into one of four houses, but also makes a serious and irreversible judgment about his or her character. As the hat explains in its song, the school's four founding wizards, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Slytherin, each had different intentions for the future of Hogwarts, taking into their houses only those students who matched their particular set of criteria. Slytherin accepts only ambitious purebloods, cunning folk use any means to achieve their ends. Ravenclaw selects the most intelligent candidates, those who possess wit and learning. Gryffindor the bravest, daring, nerve, and chivalry. And Hufflepuff the rest, just and loyal. This year, the Hat's song concludes by condemning the house system, which the Hat feels is far too divisive. In times of danger, Hogwarts students must concentrate on developing oneness and strength, not perfecting separatism.